Renault's kicked things off nice and early here at the Auto Expo. We've got a new market launch as well, and a whole lot to discuss with Mr. Fabrice Cambolive, who heads the region. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure, and yes, like I said, you've kicked things off with a market launch. That's always exciting. While people, of course, love to see the concepts, it does come down to what's happening in the market. I'll start straight away with the Triber. It's been a huge success for you. It was also an experiment in a way for the company, one that's been proved to be correct. Your thoughts on how it's done in the market?
Yes, I think we sold 28,000 Triber last year.
And counting.
And the story is going on
Yeah.
because one of the key learning we made in India is that if you want to be successful in India, you have to work on your life cycle management. It means it's not only sufficient to come with a car, you have also to have a sustainable commercial policy, product policy all over the years, because Indian consumers are very demanding. And that's what we are doing with Triber, because we first launched with a gasoline engine, and now we are launching with a new powertrain with a robotized gearbox, which will allow us to address more needs in the Indian market. And I think this show car prove that we will work on the product easily in the coming years, just to be always updated in the market.
You know, we of course have got updates regularly from the India management as well on the transition now to the new emissions regime that kicks in April. You mentioned, of course, that you have a new engine on this one. How do you view this transition, both from the point of view of Renault's preparedness now and the move towards just gasoline engines, and also from the market's perspective? How do you see that?
It's a big challenge, first of all, but it's a necessary challenge because of the CO2 emission level. We have to reduce it, we know that. And first of all, I would like to thank my team, because you know that we have a big engineering center here in India, and they all were focused in the last months to make the transition between Bharat 4 and Bharat 6. This happened, yes, now at the beginning of the year, because we were capable to change all our engines from Bharat 4 to Bharat 6. This was a first step, and I would like to congratulate them for the job they made locally here in India. Second step, of course, is our capacity to sell and to launch EV cars. That's why here in the salon you see all our savoir-faire, know-how in French regarding EV. And for me, the best strategy in India, if you want to launch correctly EV, is to localize our product. That's what we'll try to do based on existing products like Kwid.
So you've preempted my next question, which was about the Kwid and the fact that you're showing the concept here as well. We already understand that there are several challenges when it comes to bringing EV to the market, both in terms of infrastructure or lack of infrastructure, and also policy support.
Yes.
But having said that, we've started seeing manufacturers now at least experimenting with a few models. What is your approach going to be? Do you want to sort of wait and see what happens, or would you also start in a small way soon enough?
No, it's not by chance that we are showing those cars, Zoe and Casey. I would say that our strategy regarding EV in India will bet on 2 or 3 pillars. First of all, I think that it's not necessary to come with built up and to try to sell just a few cars, because it will not change the game. We will not come with a game changer. A game changer is if we come with a product we can localize. And for that, for me, in my strategy, we have the chance to have a very good awareness on Kwid. And why not to build on this car and to use the experience we got in Europe and in China regarding EV to localize one EV based on this car. This is a strategy. Of course, for that, we need also to tackle some issues. First issue is visibility in terms of legislation, regulation, custom duties, because this is very important, and I would like to have the best visibility just in order to make the best economics. That's the first challenge. Second challenge after that is our work, it means it's to localize. And first challenge is to adjust our product to the customer needs, taking into account the development of the infrastructure. So, to sum up, our strategy is clear. If we come with a clear ambition in terms of localization, to have a clear ambition in terms of volumes, and not just to make a kind of window dressing with built-up cars.
But I heard you say if we come. So is it still if or is it when?
We are working on that, but we will really decide definitively when we will have this visibility in terms of regulation, infrastructure, and our capacity to localize. We are working on that. Decision should still be made.
I am excited, and I must compliment you that you're looking at it from the heart of the market, which is where the quid sits. So it's a great thing. It's not top down.
Of course.
Last question then.
That's just if I may, regarding this heart of the market. Why Triber is a success in India? Because Triber is covering more or less 50% of the different segments of the market. Because Triber is a good alternative to BH, is a good alternative to B-SUV, is a good alternative to A hatch or A sedan. So that's why we are always looking in India the big numbers.
Okay, so the last question, of course, is one that a lot of people hold close to their heart. And this comes from where your initial success in India came from, the Duster. Both in terms of getting the new Duster, which I know there is a timeline and a roadmap for the next generation coming to India, but diesel. I mean, the fact that you've consciously decided not to do that in India, is there a chance that we could still see it come back?
I think we took a decision to bet on a gasoline engine, and after that to bet on a transition with electric vehicles. It means for me the chance to come back with a diesel are very low, but of course we have also to listen to the market. If we see that there is a potential, and I know that for Indian consumers diesel is a little in the blood also, if I may.
Yes.
Of course we'll have to observe that and to decide. But with the actual lineup, I would like that the gasoline and electric powertrain are the best way for us to tackle and to address the regulation norms which are putting in place in India.
You got me thinking now about an electric Duster, that's what's going in my head. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate it.
It was a pleasure.
Merci
Thanks
beaucoup.
for your questions. Merci.